Welcome back to Bright Ideas by Acuity Brands on IndustrialSage. I'm joined by the new president of Acuity Brands Lighting. He joined Acuity 6 years ago, but Trevor Palmer brings 27 years of experience in the building technology industry. Trevor, thanks for joining me.
Hey, it's great to be here, Catherine.
Great. I want to start by telling us a little bit about the journey to where you are today and how it prepared you for this role.
Yeah, wow. It's been a long, I can't believe I'm saying it, but it's been a long 27 years, almost nearly 28 years to date. So I've been in building technology, as you mentioned, for that entire time. And I actually started in the industry by taking a summer job.
Really?
Believe it or not, yeah. So I was in Montreal and kind of deciding, where am I going to go to college in between high school and figuring out what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I happened to run into somebody who owned a controls contractor. That's what it was called at the time. Today we refer to it as a systems integrator or an SI. But during that, he said, you're really good at customer service and you're kind of good with people. I could really use somebody like you as part of my business. And so I went with this older gentleman, Doug McIntosh. We went, he kind of interviewed me, got me to know a few of the other people. And then I ended up taking material back and forth to job sites in the summer when I was 18 years old. And I quickly went from that to learning about programming, electronics, and kind of line-by-line programming was becoming a big part of the industry. And I fell in love with it. And the reason I fell in love with it because it was kind of the perfect match of practical application of your hands, right? Doing things on site and learning something new every day with people and bringing in new technology. So it was really kind of interesting.
So 6 years with Acuity now and the last few years in the controls business unit. Yes. What has surprised you most?
Coming to Acuity, it's been a pretty consistent experience. It can be for a new employee a big daunting place because it's a big business and there's lots of moving parts. Steve Leidecker said to me on my first day, "Hey Trevor, it's just lighting, right?" And man, he's just a very, very bright man. Having to learn about all the pieces, the supply chain, the design, the engineering, the electronics. Where the industry is really going next and planning for that. I will tell you that we have control over all of those pieces, and it's because we have fabulous talent. And that's really something that stood out from not only all the years I've worked here, but when you first get into Acuity Brands, culture is fantastic. The talent is unbelievable. We have an unbelievable group of people.
Right. So I want to talk about the industry a little bit. Are there some key trends that you think are going to make the greatest impact in the next couple years?
Yeah, so I'd look at it on kind of a 5-year horizon, and I think it began kind of 5 years ago, and it's looking forward 5 years. Talking to electrical distributors, contractors, leaders of association like NICA for electrical contractors, and it's obvious to me that the industry is going through a massive transition in terms of age demographics from an electrical industry point of view. So, and within that brings lots of opportunity, right? And it's an exciting time to either start and become part of the industry, or if you're in the industry, go through that massive change. So, what's the challenge? The challenge is, I think the average age was about mid-50s, more or less. And for the industry, and you imagine, the transition of bringing new people in, what a challenge that is. I think the opportunity for us and the opportunity for others is to understand that with that new influx of electrical contractor, you're going to build, the expectations coming with them are going to be much different, right?
New generation of contractors.
A new generation of contractors. So it's less about replacing parts, turning screwdrivers, and using multimeters, and it's more about mobile apps, laptops, and really understanding technology. So, from our point of view, as Acuity, as a manufacturer and who can have a big influence on the industry, I think it's a very exciting time to think differently about what problems that contractor is going to have and solving them thoughtfully with technology.
So another trend we hear a lot about, the buzzword is digital transformation. What does that mean to you and Acuity?
Yeah, so when I think about the business, going back to my previous point about kind of the customer journey, so I think our opportunity as a business is to reimagine the journey of the customer back to the business, right? And looking along the way and applying thoughtfully technology along the way to improve a selection experience of a product, or finding out once they've ordered the product, where is that product in its journey to the customer or to the job site. So I think really moving forward, a big piece of Acuity Brands strategy is to thoughtfully apply technology to solve real customer problems. And it's not just product, it's the journey of the product or the journey of the stakeholders through that process.
Right, that buyer's journey, no matter where that pain point might be, smoothing it out.
Yeah, and moreover, I mean, just kind of it's analogous to what we're speaking about. The expectation of the new folks coming into the industry is going to be closer to that experience versus a traditional experience.
Right, a more consumeristic type experience. Yeah.
Yes.
So in your first year as president, what is the most important thing or the few most important things that you want to accomplish?
Yeah, so fundamentally, I believe it's talent and team first, and customer connection, right? There's an old saying, if you take care of your talent, right, they'll take care of the customers. I really believe that as a leader, and that's the culture I want to create. So I think if I look back after my first year, and the things I want to be most proud of is intimacy with the customer, converting our culture for being just action-based to really being a high empathy, customer-centric culture, right? So those are really the things, and the business will come along with it. I would say the opportunity for us is huge in the marketplace. If we do the things we say we're going to do, and we do effectively apply technology to solve customers' problems, our opportunity is very big.
And for your distributor customers, what do you see as that distributor of the future?
Yeah, that's interesting. So, I mean, it's going back to kind of the trends in the industry. So, and I'm a bit of a product geek, so I want to get in of course, I got to go to a product area. So, controls have obviously been a huge part of the industry for quite some time, and I think that the know-how going along with controls and in luminaire technology, as well as the luminaire applying kind of designs to luminaires, I think distributors need to be aware that they need to build expertise around that. They need to work with their local Acuity Brands agents and learn more about the customer journey and learn more about the technology that's going to be applied moving forward.
So Trevor, building management controls, lighting controls naturally turn the conversation to energy savings, sustainability. What are your thoughts on all of the improvements and the products we have there?
Yeah, so from a company perspective, what I should say is we should be very proud of what we achieve every year in doing the right thing. And when I think about this, we do good in the world by doing well at the same time. So it's not just about the energy savings, the profound energy savings that LEDs alone, an LED upgrade alone will get, and that compounded by adding lighting controls or even adding a more sophisticated building management system. We happen to do that, and we do that. It's part of our DNA every day to create those products, right? And creating these superior products leads to our customers saving massive amounts of energy and actually reducing profoundly their carbon footprint. So, thinking about this in terms of Acuity Brands, we're one of the largest lighting manufacturers, and there's power in numbers, right? So we can have an absolutely profound effect on doing good, right, for the environment, but also commercially doing well. So I think it's a balance of there's a great synergy or relationship between those two things.
So Acuity has such a vast portfolio of products and solutions, and you were talking about an increased emphasis on customer intimacy. Other than that, why do you think Acuity is the best partner for contractors and distributors?
So when I think about it, I think about the way where the industry's been in the past, and I'm relatively new to it. 5-6 years, almost 6 years in, and when you talk to customers, it becomes obvious that It's heavy relationship, but it can be a leverage relationship, right? Depending on the situation. And for agents, for distributors, for contractors, if I could convert that and have a heavy influence on the industry, I would like to see that moved from just a leverage relationship to actual preference, right? So if we can achieve the things that I think we're capable of achieving in reimagining the journey from the customer all the way back to the business, and eliminating the waste and steps, and applying thoughtfully product technology to our products or services, I think that naturally customers are going to come to us, right? And because they prefer us, and they know that Acuity Brands, when they work with Acuity Brands, it's the easiest product, it's the easiest customer experience from kind of thought to finish.
Great. Well, Trevor, thank you so much for joining us. A lot to look forward to in the next year and beyond. Appreciate your time.
It's been a pleasure.
Great. And join us on our next episode of Bright Ideas. We are going to look at one brand trying to address the COVID pandemic and lighting designs for a cleaner and healthier space.